Well, good morning, everyone. Thomas Montgomery here. It is a beautiful Tuesday, February 13th, 2024. We get together with our distribution partners most weekday mornings at 8 o'clock Central, talk about strategies, tips, techniques, share success stories, and support each of you. Excited that today is payday for all of our branches. So again, congratulations, Charles, on your big paycheck today. Eric, you as well, Jeanette, Larry, Marilyn, Pauline, Reginald, Roxana, Sonia, Toily, Varney, Mr. and Mrs. Kelly, and the rest of you. Every day should be payday as a branch office. There are so many small business owners that want to need funding to start or grow a business. And you have the formula, you have the recipe that literally any business can follow with no risk that will result in a fundable business. So you are in a very powerful, very influential, very important role. And I sure hope that you take that serious. If you're not out educating, building the financial literacy of entrepreneurs in your community and your sphere of influence, I don't really know how you would live with yourself. This is so important. With that, today our topic is on first tranche finance. We've spoken of this before, but just want to go through it a bit again because I think sometimes clients or prospective clients are looking for a quick fix, right? That's kind of the society we live in. How do I get results immediately? Well, what we do through the grant and the startup package is not a quick fix, right? That's too good to be true. It takes us 30 to 60 days normally to build a fundable business because we're very transparent, right? It's not like some secret of, oh, we know how to get you funding, but we're not going to tell you until you give us money. It's the opposite of that, right? We have the Chapman Loan Program, and we've provided each of you a ton of resources to be transparent and educate. You have the press release, you have the PowerPoint that teaches people, you have the client agreement, you have the comparison document. So there's no secret. This is what we do to create a fundable business, and it works 100% of the time. But the problem is, and I don't know if it's a problem, but a relevant circumstance is that it takes 30 to 60 days to go through all of these bullets. Now, granted, a client could come in, have some elements in place so it could move quicker, but in general, it's a 30 to 60 day process. A lot of people would say, well, that's very reasonable, but that I think you'll run into small businesses that sometimes say, I don't have that long. I need some funding now. So with that is the importance of first tranche financing. So let's go through it in a little more detail. I'll give you an example of a client that funded yesterday, so you know it's real. And just make sure that you're really comfortable with the mechanics of the first tranche financing. So once you have a client that's enrolled in the startup program, so that's primarily what we're out educating on and helping people with. You should know how to enroll clients. If you're a branch office, you should know how to enroll a client. We should have provided you an editable version of the client agreement, and you edit that, put your information on it. You can change the pricing if you want. You get the clients under contract. So hopefully you know how to do that. If not, let us know, and we will assist you with it. But so in other words, after that, we need to go ahead and help clients get an initial funding offer immediately. And that's just exactly what we did down here. We'll talk about in the success story. So let's go through the process. Very, very simple. So again, first you enroll the client in the startup program. If anyone needs help with that, let us know, and it's fair game. We can talk about that, but it's pretty simple. Take the editable agreement, edit it with your branch information. In other words, remove our information, get the client under contract. Not very difficult. You can use Adobe, DocuSign, however you want. But obviously, to create a client relationship, you need to have them under contract. As we recently announced, we changed our process. So once you have a client under contract, then here on number 2, our funding coordinator will reach out to the client, welcome them aboard, and ask them, are you looking for a first tranche of financing? Do you need some immediate working capital while we're going through this process? So we've been doing this, I guess, now for about a week or so, and it's working really well. And I'll give you an example from yesterday. So this provides immediate funding, a first tranche of financing. I'm going to say this, and it'll probably frustrate you, but it's worth clarifying. So this does not mean that, oh, we have some magic wand and a client signs up and immediately their business is fundable. It's good. We're using baseline information wherever their business is, wherever they are, to get the first tranche. So obviously, we've not completed all of these steps immediately. That's impossible, right? So we're working towards these larger numbers after we've done these things. But what we're talking about now is what we can do immediately. And trust me, some of these clients need funding right away. So, and I could give you a million different examples, but let's just give you the example from yesterday. Real client, real example. So, client enrolled, worked with the funding coordinator, completed the app. What did the client get? The client received 22 cash funding offers. So there were, I'm pulling from memory, but I think 4 different lender partners that we have that all made offers. In other words, if you do the math, each lending partner offered the client multiple offers, multiple amounts, multiple repayment terms. So there was not 22 different lenders that extended offers. We have about 40 different lenders in our consortium. 4 of those, I believe, offered this client cash funding offers, not trade lines, not net 30s, cash funding offers, right? So there's no grayness. I'm not spinning this some way other than cash funding. The total amount available to the client for first tranche was well over 100,000, but that would require what we'd call stacking. So in other words, if the client wanted to accept multiple offers. To be honest with you, the client did not accept multiple offers. The client accepted one offer, and that one offer funded yesterday. So today's Tuesday, it funded yesterday on Monday. It was late Friday before the weekend that it was approved, but it funded yesterday. So approved on Friday, funded the next business day. Not bad. So this is a real case, real client. And people will ask, well, is this like some sort of daily pay merchant cash advance? No, not at all. Not at all. It's a 60-month repayment term with low interest. So first tranche financing works. That's an example. So let's go through a few notes and then we'll get to your questions, comments, concerns. So again, while it does take let's put some spacing between these so it's just easier to follow. So while it does take 30 to 60 days to create a fully fundable business, we can get a client initial funding offers within 24 hours, quickly, immediately, fast, right? And we should be doing that. It does not require anything extra on your part with the new process, because the new process is the funding coordinator is reaching out to the client automatically. So as long as you're enrolling clients in the startup program, they will be given the option for first tranche finance. And then they can take the offers they want. So for Pana, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correct. For Pana, it's a he didn't accept all the offers. He accepted one offer, which is up to him. Okay, second note. This is something you may want to reference because we always want to be transparent and honest and truthful. So when someone asks, well, how long does it take? The answer is it normally takes 30 to 60 days to create a fundable business. We've covered that before. However, you may want to add the note, however, we can get you funding offers, first tranche financing funding offers, typically within 24 hours. People are going to like that. So if you're not making reference to that in your presentations and your consultations and your education, you may want to mention that, because I'm telling you, not everyone's like you. A lot of people are in a really tight budget and they need an injection right away, in addition to the larger amount down the road. Of course, we get this question frequently. Of course, this is available to you all as branches as well. So a few of you, most of the branches now are doing well. You've drank the Kool-Aid per se. You understand that there's so much opportunity. Most of you now are enrolling a client a day. That's the average, client a day, because there's so much opportunity. So you're generating good income. However, some of you seem to really be struggling financially, and I don't know if it's affecting your focus, your concentration, or what. But if you just need some working capital for your branch, you can participate as well. Not pushing you to do that, just to clarify. And then the last note I have, and then we'll open it up for questions, comments, concerns, is if you have existing clients. So we just changed this process a week or so ago. So let's say that you have a client that came in before that you think would benefit from first tranche financing. Well, each of the branches, we should be having weekly one-on-one calls where we're literally going through all of your clients. And so just let us know if there's any of your clients that you think that would benefit from that, and we can reach out to them and help them with that. So it doesn't take any extra work for you. All right, so I think Marilyn's, if I'm interpreting Marilyn's question correctly, does she get paid off of that? Absolutely. So Marilyn, as a branch, you're enrolling clients in the startup program, right? And so you're using an edited version of the client agreement that we've provided you, right? Right. And so there's a performance fee that you put in there, right? Right. So with that, so let's say that PANA would have accepted all the or stacked the offers, which he didn't. But let's say that PANA did accept 100,000 of first tranche. Well, Marilyn, what are you charging your clients for a performance fee? Can you type into the Q&A? What is the amount, Marilyn, that you're putting into your contract for the performance fee? I know some of you are doing around 10%. Some of you are doing closer to 20. Marilyn, what is the performance fee that you're charging your clients? Okay, I think she's doing 15%. So what would the answer be? So then, yes, you would be paid, Marilyn, $15,000 performance fee within the first week of enrolling a client. So this is an effective way to get clients funding quickly, but it also generates new income. I shouldn't say new income, quicker income for you as a branch. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay. And she does say that hers is on a sliding scale from 10 to 20%. So I chose 15% as the midpoint. So who has questions about first tranche financing? It's no extra work for you. It's a quick round of funding for the client that gives them some working capital, and it provides another payout for you. So let's scroll down here and talk about branch payouts. So you're paid first when a client enrolls, right? So normally the client's going to pay you $2,500 when they enroll. So that's $2,500 in your bank account today, right? So not all of you, but many of you now are doing a deal a day. So you're looking at about $2,500 a day, around $60,000 a month. That's kind of your base income for your branch. Not a big deal, not like winning the lottery, but many of you say, okay, yeah, if I'm bringing in 60,000, 50, 60,000 a month as base income, that'll keep me going. So that's the first payout that most of you have. The second would be from the first tranche of financing, which is what we just described above. So when would that be? Oops. When would that be? We'll just say within first week, because you have to enroll the client. We need to get the app filled out. We need to get them offers. They need to accept the offers, and then it needs to fund. So normally that's within the first week. So now you're making more. Well, how much more? I don't know, right? Because it depends upon your performance fee and how many offers the client received and what they accept. If we use this example, obviously it'd be an extra 15,000. But that'll vary, right? So let's put a squiggly in front of that, because it's going to depend upon the amount of funding that the client received and what your performance fee is. Then the biggest round of funding is from the full business funding. And that is normally 30 to 60 days out. And then how much will that be? I mean, it depends tremendously. We'll just put varies, because what is the client looking for? Are they looking to buy a $5 million apartment complex? Are they looking for 50,000 of working capital? That'll vary immensely. But again, I understand this is not get rich quick. And I look at many of you and I know that you make a lot more money than this. But if you add this up, let's just say that you're making around 25,000 per client. We'll just approximate that, 25,000 gross income per client. And then you do that 30 times a month, once a day. It's not the money that Larry's used to making. It's not the money that Marilyn's used to making, or Eric, or Brian. I know a lot of you make a lot of money doing whatever it is you do. But if you could generate an extra $250,000, $500,000 a month by helping people, is that not worth doing? Is there something about this? Mr. Ward, you're one of the most talented people on our team, but you're not generating any volume at all, Mr. Ward. So what do we need to do, Mr. Ward, to get you? Is it that this isn't enough money? What is it for any of you that are not producing? Let us know, where are we dropping the ball? Because I absolutely know that there's lots of entrepreneurs that want to need assistance, and we've talked about how to generate leads. And then we've got this economic model, which is probably not big money to you, but it's a nice side income. What are we missing? Why? We look at Erica on here. Thank you, Erica, Miss Evans, for joining us. Why are you not making 6 figures a month, Miss Evans? I don't understand it. You're smart, you're motivated. We've got a target audience that needs your help, and we've got a great resource. So, Miss Evans, why are you not making at least 100,000 in February? Mr. Johnson, same for you. One of the smartest guys on this webinar. What's going wrong? Well, what is it, Mr. Johnson, that we need to do differently to make sure that your branch is making 6 figures this month? Richard, you run a chamber of commerce. Richard, you are the CEO president of a chamber of commerce. What is it that we need to do for you to make sure that you help enough clients to make 6 figures this month? So this is the forum where you let us know what we need to do better for you. We've got the program that works. It's credible, it's legitimate, it's legal. There's no risk to the client. We've got a great value proposition to the client. What is it that we need to do? So floor is yours. If you can type in your questions, comments, concerns into the Q&A. We have 426 of you on this morning. The floor is yours. What is it that we need to do to motivate you, Anthony Brewer, to go help a client today, to make sure that you're paid today? Anthony Brewer, can you please respond into the Q&A? Brian Alberry, one of the most motivated people I know. What is it, Brian, that we need to do for you today so you're like the successful branches and enrolling at least one client today? Don't worry about making $250,000 a month. Let's just worry about enrolling one client today. And if we keep doing that, it'll add up. So that's my question to each of you. What do we need to do to enroll one client today? Samantha, what do we need to do to enroll one client today? What's missing that's keeping you from doing that? Rosalind, what can we do to help you enroll one client today? Again, Mr. Ward, what do you need from us to help you enroll one client today? Cornell asked a good question about commissions, and really we don't have commissions. These aren't really commissions. This is earned income by your branch based upon the agreement you have with the client. So Cornell's asking a good question. He must have an insurance background, asking about chargebacks. So no, there are no chargebacks, right? Clients receive funding and you get paid. So no worries about chargebacks. And that's probably an important benefit that we don't talk about enough. Some of you come from the insurance or financial service industry, and so you're worried about making a lot of money but then having chargebacks. There are no chargebacks. So again, any of you that are not currently a branch or distribution partner, you go to chapmanloanprogram.org, and this is where you enroll. And then to reach us for one-on-one, we have live people that answer the phone Mondays through Fridays during office hours. You can call us, you can email us. I don't know, you need to let us know. Most of you are already on board. You are a branch office. You signed up and you said, yep, you're to go out there and deliver. And we need to be doing what we promised to do. Some of you are doing great, knocking it out of the park. Impressive. Some of you are not. This is where you need to let us know what we need to do better. Right. So Jeanette, what do we need to do to make sure that you're paid today? Gilbert, what do we need to do to make sure that you're paid today? Brian, what do we need to do to make sure that you're paid today? Questions, comments, concerns? Yeah, so again, chapmanloanprogram.org, all of our information's on there. If you have not gone through this carefully, I think you're ill prepared, because you're not going to drive your prospects here, because you're going out under your own branch, under your own branding. But here's where the resources are, and then we've provided you pretty much editable versions of all the resources of the videos, of the enrollment agreements, of the press releases, of the PowerPoints. So we've got the turnkey model that's absolutely working spectacularly. And so then we brand it in your name under your branch so you can go out under your umbrella. All right. Well, with that being said, I don't know what else to do. We're here, and if you need assistance, just let us know. I'll reach out to you, Richard, here in just a second. But we've got a great program. It's a great opportunity for you to help people and earn an adult income. But it comes down to implementation. We've got to implement. And if you need help, let us know. We'll talk to you all tomorrow morning. Have a good day. Bye-bye.